Happy Saturday, everyone. It's February 15th. Here's your morning news rundown. This is going to be about 4 or 5 minutes in length. To all those who have become paid subscribers, thank you so much. Because of you guys, I'm able to do this work full time. If you want to support my work, the easiest way to do so, click the button below and become a paid subscriber today. Or you can feel free to send a one-time donation to my Venmo, which is just my name, Aaron-Parnas. So with that, let's just jump right into all the news overnight. The Department of Energy fired 300 to 400 employees within the National Nuclear Security Administration, the agency responsible for overseeing America's nuclear weapons arsenal. We're now learning that the Trump administration, when terminating these employees, many of whom are nuclear analysts who had highly sensitive information and training, they didn't realize what their mission was, according to CNN and other sources. So essentially, they were flying blind, terminating employees who were overseeing America's nuclear weapons arsenal and depleting America's nuclear weapons arsenal in the process of information, because these employees were the only ones who had been dealing with our nuclear weapons. And so alarm bells were going off on Capitol Hill. And now the Trump administration is trying to recall these employees, trying to get them back to work because they didn't realize who they actually fired. But that's not all. In Kansas City, Missouri, according to the Associated Press, abortions are set to resume once again in the state of Missouri after a judge temporarily blocked a restriction in the state that providers had long been saying prevented abortions. So essentially, abortions are now, at least temporarily, legal in the state of Missouri. According to Germany's vice chancellor and Green Party leader, he spoke to Vice President Vance and said, or rather made a message to Vice President Vance saying, quote, mind your own business. Vance is currently in Europe trying to court support for some type of resolution in Russia's invasion of Ukraine, but instead has really attacked European leaders, attacked the United Kingdom, Germany, and others, and even met with the far right German leader from the AfD party. German elections are coming up quickly, so we'll see what happens there. The Trump administration, the Department of Justice, has officially asked a federal judge to dismiss the pending indictment against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Remember, there's been a lot of allegations of possible quid pro quos with Eric Adams' attorneys, allegedly, according to the former acting U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, proposing a situation where Eric Adams would be able to help Trump enforce immigration law more if the indictment were not kind of hanging over his head. And well, now they have officially asked a judge to toss the indictment into Adams. In addition, Donald Trump is now considering making the Rose Garden look more like Mar-a-Lago by paving over the Rose Garden, which is currently grass, making some type of patio area. Instead, the Rose Garden was first curated by First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy back in the 60s. And well, now Trump is considering essentially destroying it and instead building out some type of patio. In addition, overnight, the US EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, terminated more than 350 employees, and the Department of Veterans Affairs terminated more than 1,000 employees. These are employees that deal with climate work, but also work that deals with veterans affairs. In addition, the Texas measles outbreak continues to grow. We now have at least 48 confirmed cases. That case load will only continue to grow in the coming hours, the coming days. These are unvaccinated communities. It is spreading fast, and local health authorities are extremely concerned about this outbreak. Meanwhile, Senator Lisa Murkowski, a Republican on Capitol Hill, is now warning against mass firings. She is essentially saying that these mass firings should not necessarily occur. The White House has also forced out top leadership at the National Archives in a major shakeup. This comes after the dismissal of the original archivist, Colleen Shogan, last week. Well, now they have actually fired, or about 6 other individuals have been forced to resign out of the National Archives. It's unclear who the replacement will be. The National Press Club president is denouncing the White House decision to bar the Associated Press from the Oval Office and Air Force One over its decision not to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. And finally, the sheriff in San Francisco has notified the public that 3 men wearing Doge shirts and MAGA hats attempted to demand information from City Hall employees concerning waste, fraud, and abuse. These are not individuals they believe that have been associated with the actual DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, but it is pretty clear what is happening on the ground is being mimicked or is mimicking what is happening in Washington, D.C. As always, this is all the news overnight. It was a lot. It was a little bit of a longer video. I'm sure there's going to be more news today. I'll be back around 5:30 with an evening news update. As always, if you want to support my work, click the button below and become a paid subscriber today. Thanks so much, and guys, see you guys in the evening.